$100,000 in 100 days. It's possible with Off the Plan. We're going to give you some tips this morning. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Morning,
Josh Wapshot,
Mark Novak, 100K
top of the
in 100
morning.
days. Yeah, top of the
Oh,
morning.
yeah. What do you think? Now, this is your topic this morning. You were keen to talk about this. What are you seeing? What do you know?
Yeah, well, we had a look over the plans of the Havana project. If anyone doesn't know, that's the new development on the corner of Oaks and Pittwater Road. See, we're getting closer and closer to OC there, guys. So I believe 1st of September, is that correct, Mark?
Yep.
So right around the corner, and I thought not too many off the plan opportunities. Most of the ones we talk about 18 months, 12 months plus, whereas we're coming down to a 3 month period almost to the completion of the Havana project. And like I said, we're looking through the plans, and I thought, why don't we bring up some hero stock or some stock that we thought really stood out for chance to buyers to make some money.
What about what about the attitude of the team?
Yeah, it was quite surprising. We did a bit of an exercise where we put prices on things of where we thought they stood, and then we went back and checked them against the developer pricing. And there was a couple of standouts where we thought um, really well priced and an off the plan opportunity that, like I said, you're not going to have to wait too long until completion. So it's almost like a 3 month settlement in a way, Mark. Buying now at the moment. If you've got a longer settlement, it's almost like buying live on market.
It reminds me of the Calcutta Diamonds story. Have you ever heard that story?
Oh no, please refresh me.
I'll just give you a really brief version of it. The story of the Calcutta Diamonds was this farmer. He's like, this is too hard. This farm's too hard, and he gets told about diamonds by this like wizard that comes to his farm. He searches everywhere around his city, around his country, and around the world, and his farm goes to rack and ruins, and his wife pisses him off, and he comes back to the farm 5 years later, and he sees this farmer, much like him, happy kids working the land. And he's like, man, that was the life I just should have stuck to. That was such a good life. And he goes up to the mantelpiece and he looks at this diamond on the mantelpiece and goes to the farmer, where did you get this? He goes, oh, just the rivers at the back, the two white peaks, the rivers there, and I got it. And it was the story of the Calcutta Diamonds. Under your nose, off the plan, money to be made, the diamonds.
Wow, yeah, well, that definitely relates to think of this topic this morning because I think we've sniffed out a few diamonds late yesterday, and wanted to
Yeah.
share it with viewers this morning to ensure that people that are watching in not only get educated but opened up to opportunities on the market that they might not thought of are there. So yeah, that's exciting stuff. But I thought we'll start off with an example of a hero within the Havana. We've got a quite interesting courtyard apartment that's actually sitting on level 4. So it's almost
Yes.
like a elevated courtyard of such. Really nice apartment. So it's on level 4. It's a 2 bed, 1 bath, 69 square meters internal, and you've got about roughly a 40 square meter backyard area, whether it be a courtyard or the balcony area itself. So you're sitting on about 109 squares on title, and the price on this is 1.173 million. And I thought that was really well priced, considering what we've seen a lot of courtyard apartments go for in DY. There's been a
Are they
really
going to make 100,000 in 100 days?
well. I think in that for that example, yes. I definitely see a courtyard apartment of that stature, brand new, right next to the Meriton Lighthouse. You're talking 135, or that's what I'd be guiding around those sort of figures on market if I was representing someone now. So I think there's maybe even more than 100 in this specific unit, especially with the fact it being brand new. A lot of the stock we've been selling is either the newer stock with courtyards and things are in the 2000s. So you're talking about 25 years newer as well, Mark. So massive difference.
But what is that with people? Like, I was talking with some senior management from Meriton the other day, and the community just did not like Meriton DY when it was in the planning stage. So against it. Got approved, started getting built. People like nah, too big, nah. And look at it today. Look how much, I was saying they were selling, the people have made 65% on average in 6 years, people that have bought that property. So I'm just like, oh my God, that has made so much money so quickly. And here is another property under your nose, needle in a haystack, diamond in a rough. The Calcutta diamond story. It is there. Even under your
Exactly.
nose, Josh, even under my nose, we did not know that value, and we sat down and just we. It was I was so convinced, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, there's some crackers in there.
Yeah, exactly right. There really is, and I think it also plays on, the positives of what Meriton or a lot of the residents take out. Beeline bus line is right in front of your doorstep. All shops, services, medical, all within walking distance. And like we've seen, I think Meriton's been one of the best additions to the DY Centre. I think. Sis, could you name something else that's probably come in that's had this much impact? And I think it's been
Definitely
very
not.
positive.
Definitely not. Now, I think the timing's important as well. I think, guys, if you're super smart, listen to what I'm saying. The strata, and I've been saying this, and it's playing out. You can go back any of our pre-recorded stuff 6 months ago, 9 months ago, 12 months ago, 18 months ago. I have been saying houses have doubled, units have not. Houses have doubled, units have not. And I've been saying it for years that units are going to have a big run. We have seen a massive run on units in the last 2 months. We will see a massive run on units the next 2 years. And this type of stock is going to benefit from that. In addition to what we're talking about, not only is it a good buy, not only are people fragmented when they buy off the plan, because this is not off the plan almost now, because it's going to be finished in 12 weeks. So you're still getting the off the plan cheapness, but you're getting the finished price. You're going to get that bump, plus you're buying in a red hot strata market.
Definitely, well said, Mark. Yeah, I think it's a real opportunity. If anyone was looking for something, this is an example of a great buy. You're sort of landing yourself straight into equity, and like you said, you're getting the benefit of your pricing that's off the plan, but essentially it's ready to go within 12 weeks. So massive opportunity out there for any keen buyers, investors. Where I just see this stock sitting against the rest of the market currently, which is we're real low on stock levels. I think it's great, and it's only going to be a matter of time before these
There's
opportunities
that
are
as
snapped
well.
up.
That's a good point. That's a great point. Look at those stock levels the last month or two. Now, what I want to teach people is there's a thing called depth of market. So if you look at DY, for instance, it probably sells 30 to 40 units a month. What happens when you introduce 100 units a month that have to be sold? There's only going to be a consumption of 30 to 40 units. You can't possibly sell 100 units. The only way to increase that depth of market is by heavy discounting. So these developers are discount this stock. So because they realize they simply can't, sell that in 100 units in a month. They just can't. There's only 30, 40 selling. And that stock's always coming on. So the depth of market with off the plan is great. And what it actually creates is a thing I call the banana bump. And the banana bump is like, is that what it does when the last one's sold in the building? Josh, you sold the last one in Jubilee, 15 Jubilee warehouse, and all the other warehouses were selling for what? The last one sold for what? That's called the banana bump. Tell us more.
Yeah, so last all the warehouses were selling for about $1.98. I think towards the end of two ends of negotiations, we landed at 125. So inclusive of GST there, but yeah, big bump considering
15%.
Yeah, exactly.
In how many weeks?
In a matter, well, the last sale before that was 2 weeks ago. So, but prior to that, the last one, so supply and demand. Less supply, demand's always there in the northern beaches. So as that supply comes down, just like we're seeing in stock levels, you'll start to see those prices increase as well. So I think this is a great opportunity where you're potentially not competing against other buyers here as well. It's first in, best dressed.
It's fatigued stock. People get used to having the stock for sale and around, and when it's gone, it's gone. Everyone's like, oh my God, I should have bought one. And there's that banana bump at the end. So guys and girls, that is how you can make 100,000 in 100 days. If you are out in the marketplace and you're buying something, enjoying the banana bump, finding the diamond in the rough, finding the needle in the haystack on off the plan, and benefiting from it, talk to us. We will hold your hand and step you through on what we know are exceptional buys. That's all you got to do.
Exactly. Big opportunity, guys, here, specifically that courtyard apartment that I really like. If you'd like to look at the individual floor plan or know a little bit more about the Havana project, please feel free to reach out. I think this is an opportunity not to be missed.
Go on, Josh. Good spot.
Thank you.
See you guys. Have a great day.